North Carolina has been at the center of some big legal decisions lately, and some that have gone to the U.S. Supreme Court, others that have been decided in our state Supreme Court.
Which is why the election of its justices is so important. But they are candidates voters often don't know much about, which is why you're getting profiles of both candidates from Fox 8's senior political reporter Bob Buckley, and tonight it's Democrat Allison Riggs.
Good afternoon.
Governor Roy Cooper named Allison Riggs to the state Supreme Court in 2023, and she is now the Democratic nominee for a full term on the court. But she was a familiar figure in North Carolina legal circles well before.
What is the harm in expanding the right to vote?
As one of the leaders of the Southern Coalition for Social Justice in Durham, she challenged North Carolina's voter ID laws in court.
I come to the bench from a perspective of I represented people who frequently were marginalized, left behind.
When we sat down with Riggs recently, she talked about her concern for having a judiciary the people can trust.
And I've walked out of a courtroom with clients who said that judge had their mind made up before we even walked in there. And there is nothing more heartbreaking and more devastating to faith in a fair and independent judiciary than that feeling right there.
As she meets with voters, she says she's not the same person she was when she was appointed a year ago. What have you learned, or how have you changed in these 2 years on the court?
I certainly understand some of the sausage making even more than I ever did 15 years of being an appellate attorney, which that was what I was doing. Appellate courts are all about group decisions. So it is really about your ability to communicate effectively and build bridges.
I mean, do you truly change each other's minds?
There's a strong opinions about whether appellate argument, oral argument matters at all. You know, whether you're going to change any judge's mind. I can tell you, having sat on the bench, that there are cases that I was like, that's not what I thought about.
U.S. Supreme Court Justice John Roberts famously said that judges are like umpires. Umpires don't make the rules, they apply them. You write that one of your guiding principles is empathy. Is there room for empathy if you are indeed to be calling balls and strikes?
I more think of it as I have to rule without fear or favor. I don't get to decide I like this team or not that team, or, you know, like that's not what I'm there to do. But, you know, like I would also say that the balls and strikes metaphor sometimes fails because it's not as crystal clear what the right answer and the wrong answer is.
Which is why Riggs says issues end up going through multiple levels of appeals that lands them at the Supreme Court. Bob Buckley, Fox 8 News.
You can see a profile of Riggs' Republican opponent, Jefferson Griffin, who we profiled last night, on our website at myfox8.com in the Buckley Report archive under the Spotlight tab.